You are sick and tired of keeping yourself small. You're tired of having no self-esteem. It's holding you back. It's affecting your relationships. It's affecting your ability to realize your potential, and you're over it. That is why you are here, and that's why I'm gonna teach you 3 super simple habits that have helped me so much this year to get out of that way of being, from limiting myself to stepping into my power and reclaiming my energy. And I know that they can do the same for you. Hello, my name is Bridie, and this is my channel. I'm really glad that you are here. I created this channel to really just share what I'm doing on my own personal journey and my own spiritual path. We're all learning, we're all growing, we're all evolving, and I feel inspired to share what's working for me, maybe what isn't, and for this to just be a very supportive channel to help you, as I'm assuming you're a like-minded individual. You are here to get the most out of life. So let's do this together. Before I jump into what these 3 habits are and how they can transform your life as they did mine, I want to give a little bit of context and just share that I spent so many years belittling myself, berating myself, like really truly not liking who I was. So naturally, I held myself back big time. It really affected every part of my life. It affected how I dressed, how I presented myself in the world. It affected my ability to try new things because I just didn't believe in myself. So I spent a really long time letting my limiting beliefs run the show. At the beginning of this year, I went through a lot of life changes. A breakup, I moved multiple times, I started a new job. A lot was happening all at the same time, as life happens. And it really propelled me into doing some deeper inner work. I felt almost this like divine calling to come back to myself, because for so many years I had abandoned myself. You know, I really was like, ooh, I don't want to deal with you. I don't like you. You're scary. This inner world is terrifying. And something clicked as I was going through so many life changes. I was like, yeah, this is the time that I'm going to not abandon myself. I'm actually going to come home and I'm going to dive deeper into my inner world. And I knew I needed to keep things simple. If I really wanted to change from within, I needed to make it sustainable. I was like, how can I just do some basic things to take care of myself? And that leads me to the first habit that I started this year that changed my life, which was meditation. In the past, I dabbled with meditation. I had bits and periods of my life where I was like really dedicated to a daily practice, and it was kind of life-changing. I look back at those times and I was way more grounded. I was way more mindful. I just had an awareness of what was going on inside. I was like, oh, okay, these are interesting thoughts and these are interesting feelings that I'm having. And, you know, I just was able to navigate my life with a lot more ease. And that's why I knew at the start of this year, it was like, okay, here we go. I gotta recommit to meditating every single day. And it truly was such a beautiful gift that I could give myself this year, because it allowed me to go back to what I had experienced previously, which was to feel way more mindful, to feel more connected with myself, and feel more in tune with my higher self. I personally like to meditate in the morning, and I really just sit down and observe my thoughts and observe what's coming up. That's it. That's all I do. Sometimes I will repeat a mantra like I am loved, like over and over and over again, because I'll focus on that, or I'll focus on a certain intention in my meditation. But for the most part, I just kind of sit there and observe my thoughts. And it sounds boring, but it's actually such an amazing practice to get into, especially in a world where nobody wants to slow down. It's kind of like the last thing anybody wants to do. But typically the things we don't want to do are the things that are the best for us. And I know that meditation has been that way for me, and I know it will absolutely be that way for you if you commit to a practice yourself. And look, you don't have to sit there and just observe your thoughts. You can actually put on a guided meditation, especially if you don't know how to meditate. There are so many free resources right here on YouTube. So yeah, go explore and find something that works for you. So the next things I'm going to share, the next habits, are going to be really extra potent if you're meditating, because the meditation sets the foundation. It allows you to be mindful of observing your inner world so you can notice those limiting beliefs that are holding you back. All right, the second habit that has been so helpful for me this year is a writing exercise that I actually learned from another coach here on YouTube called Manifest with Genevieve. She is fantastic. She has all sorts of different content. Definitely check her out. But she taught me this writing exercise where basically all you do is write out the statement, I remember when. And then you write out your limiting belief, or like how you used to be, or maybe how you still are, but you want to get rid of that. You know, you want to shed that part of you. It's not serving you anymore. And then you replace it with a new narrative, a new story, what you want to embody, what you want to claim. So for instance, it could go something like, I remember when I used to feel undeserving and like I wasn't enough. But now I have a healthy self-concept and I fully believe in myself. So I like to do this writing exercise after I meditate in the morning because I'm grounded and I'm clear and I just feel like it's a good time for me. But you could do this at any point in the day, truly. You could do it at a lunch break or in the evening when you have more time to journal. But it doesn't have to take long. It could be 5 minutes. It could be literally 1 minute to just write out limiting beliefs that you're struggling with in this current day, in this moment, and actively participate in changing your story. I think that's where it's like so empowering, is that we don't have to stay stuck and we can actually take really aligned actions to change ourselves. And this is a way to do that. This writing prompt, it's simple, it is effective, and it has really helped me this year to just get out of those old ways, those old patterns that were just so stucking me. I had to unstuck myself, and I want you to unstuck yourself. So first is meditation, second is this writing prompt, but the third and final thing I'm going to share with you today is probably my favorite, and that is affirmations, doing affirmations consistently. I love affirmations because they automatically elevate my energy. They just make me feel good. I personally like to listen to a pre-recorded affirmation track, like literally somebody here on YouTube, and I just listen morning and night as I'm getting ready for the day and as I'm winding down. It's kind of as simple as that. And then my next step would be to say them aloud. Like I like to practice saying and repeating these affirmations to my plants, or if I'm out in nature, I just speak aloud. I like practicing saying what I want to claim as my new reality, as my own energy. You know, it really is an energetic shift that I practice morning and night. And the thing I love most about affirmations is that you can do them literally anywhere at any time. So you could be in a meeting and you can start affirming things for yourself. Like, I am smart, I am capable, I am deserving of that pay raise. Whatever it is, you can practice them throughout the day. And personally, I like to have my phone screen be different affirmations that I love, because it's just a nice way to remind myself when I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Like, I am loved. I trust myself. Like, opportunities come to me. Once you start to practice affirming a new reality and affirming new energy for yourself that uplifts you and helps you realize that you are deserving and you are loved and you are all of the things, you will notice you start to believe it. It takes a bit for the subconscious mind to play catch up, so that's why you have to practice every single day. With time, you start to talk to yourself differently, you start to relate to yourself differently, and when you talk to yourself differently, you do things differently, and then it's a beautiful domino effect for changing you and changing your reality and helping you up level to become the beautiful human that you were meant to be. It has amazed me to see the evolution I've had this year in all ways, physically, mentally, emotionally. I am an entirely different human being than I was 6 months ago. And that is from very small but daily habits that I've done over and over that have amounted to incredible change. So that's why I'm telling you, like, these 3 things, if you do them compounded over time, will manifest as magical transformation for you. I just know that because I've experienced it myself and I've seen it in other people, and throughout my own learning of how the subconscious mind works, it just makes sense that, you know, it is possible for us to rewire our brain. It just takes time and dedication, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming and complicated. Meditating can be a little tricky at first, but with time gets easier. Doing the rescripting of your narrative through the I remember when statement is pretty easy. And affirming and practicing affirmations every day is also super doable. If you have time to watch this video, you have time to implement these 3 habits into your life. So I would encourage you to start with these 3 things every single day for 30 days. That's how we build habits, right? And 30 days is a pretty good timeline. And if you really struggle with accountability, this is the perfect opportunity to share this video with a friend so that you can both level up together. You can both change your subconscious mind, get out of your limiting beliefs, and step into your power through these daily habits. Yes. I think that's all I'm gonna say for today, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and until next time, please take such good care of yourself, my friends. All right, I'll see you later.